I'm not going to put on my jogging shoes again to make my point like I did in the last program. But what I said about practice still stands. If you're going to have a good band sound, it is absolutely necessary to have consistent, daily, individual practice. Frequency is important. 20 minutes of regular practice each day is far better than an hour of individual practice twice a week. Beginner students should aim for about 2.5 hours of practice per week. The band should meet together once a week for approximately 60 minutes. The reason why you add trombones to an ensemble is because they can produce a variety of characteristic sounds and effects. The trombone can achieve sounds from bright to mellow, which really do help to enhance the tone of any band. Because playing the trombone poses additional physical challenges, such as the need for a long arm reach, avoid starting students on this instrument until they have matured physically enough to reach most of the slide positions with ease. If you start children on the trombone too soon, it could have a detrimental effect. Because they are unable to physically reach the positions, their embouchure may be distorted while striving for them. It is better to start children on a valve instrument because valve instruments don't have the added complication of moving from position to position. On a valve instrument, the embouchure can be secured and developed properly. Work on transferring some players to the trombone after they have matured physically and have a well-developed embouchure. Here are some helpful hints to keep in mind when working with trombones. Firstly, trombone players should move from position to position as precisely and as quickly as a valve instrumentalist, even though a trombone player may have to span the distance of 3 feet of slide from one note to the next. A clear style of articulating must be achieved at the outset. For instance, many slurs on the trombone actually have to be legato-tongued, or a smear effect will occur. To produce a legato articulation, use the do syllable instead of the to. However, sometimes the smear effect, or glissando as it is called, is the desired effect. Secondly, the trombone is potentially the loudest instrument in the band. Therefore, you have to be aware of balance when including trombones in your ensemble. The trombone can produce one of the most majestic sounds in the band. The percussion section is part of the band and has to play at the speed the bandmaster sets. It is important that the percussion section observe the dynamic markings as indicated by the music and the bandmaster. When selecting students to play in the percussion section, keep in mind that manual dexterity and exceptional physical coordination are desirable. Also, a good sense of tempo and rhythm is necessary.
The best-in-class percussion book is designed to develop the total percussionist. In the student book, drum and mallet exercises appear on facing pages. Encourage your percussionists to alternate between drum and mallet pages. To begin, set up your snare. The natural way to start is to be sure you are standing with your feet comfortably apart, spine straight, weight balanced equally on each foot. Hold the sticks either using a matched grip or a traditional grip style. For matched grip, close the fingers gently around the drumstick shaft with the back of your hands facing up. In the traditional grip, the dominant hand, either left or right, rests the drumstick shaft between the middle and ring fingers at the first knuckle, with the end of the stick resting on the web between the thumb and index finger. The less dominant hand, either left or right, is held in the matched grip, which was mentioned and demonstrated earlier. To strike the drum, decide which sticking system you will use. Choose either the right-hand lead system or the alternate sticking system. The right-hand lead system uses the right-hand stroke on all strong pulses in every 4-note sequence. This system develops a consistent sound and teaches rhythmic figures quickly. The alternate sticking system is the traditional system where each successive note is played with the alternate hand regardless of strong and weak pulses. If your students use this system, suggest that they start all exercises with the left stick as well as the right to strengthen the independence of each hand. If you have clash cymbals, rest them on a muffled surface. Grasp straps between thumbs and forefingers, thumbs firmly against pads in line with straps. Close the remaining fingers firmly around the straps, not through them. Lift the cymbals to a chest-high vertical position, slightly away from chest and each other. For full crashes, start with the top edge of the right cymbal against the inside face of the left cymbal, about 1 inch down from the top edge, angling the right cymbal so the bottom edge is 6 inches away from the bottom edge of the left cymbal. Bring the right hand quickly upward while the left hand starts downward. The upper edge of the right cymbal makes contact first, slightly below the top of the left cymbal. But follow-through brings the faces of both cymbals together almost immediately. The wrists are snapped during contact. Quickly stop the sound after the crash by drawing cymbals into the chest. The bass drum player should strive to play the bass drum in keeping with the character of the composition. For instance, you wouldn't play the same style on a march as you would on a hymn tune. The grip for the direct strokes is similar to the snare drum grip. The style of music will dictate where you should strike the drum head. For notes of long duration, the beater stroke should sound the head at the point 3 to 5 inches from the rim. For notes of moderate duration, 4 to 7 inches from the center of the drum head. And for notes of short duration, from 0 to 2 inches from the center. The most important thing to remember is that the bass drum player follow the conductor very closely. Band instruments are fragile and require special care and maintenance. Here are some important reminders for your bandsmen. Oil valves regularly. Never grease them. Press down the valves when removing slides to avoid inappropriate popping noises or possible damage to your horn. Grease slides regularly. Keep your cork at the spit valve area in good, firm shape. Clean and rinse out your instrument and mouthpiece frequently with warm water.
How can you involve the parents of your young instrumentalists? Parents are an important link in the music partnership. Music study is a three-way partnership composed of bandmaster, student, and parents. Most parents are eager to be active members of the music partnership, but need guidance and definition. Let's take a look at the parents' responsibilities in the partnership.
Tell parents that their children will need 4 things from them. Patience in repeatedly reminding the students to do daily practice with their instrument. Do this kindly but firmly. Encouragement for the student when the going gets tough. Some things in music are learned easily. Others require intensive and repeated application. Imagination. For instance, invite friends who also play instruments into the home and have them play for one another. Or record your child at frequent intervals so that they can hear their progress. Common sense, trying for a balanced schedule of interests into which music practice fits as a natural and compensating element, will pay big musical dividends. As for your part, motivate students by helping them to develop pride, both personal and group, giving them their first concert as early as possible, and consider it a demonstration concert, approaching each student as an individual, being creative in the way you teach, promoting your group with posters, praising work well done, and never using practice as punishment.
To develop a regular habit of daily practice, ask parents to assist you in keeping a record of the student's practice time. Use a chart and instruct students to keep records of their daily practice. Have students verify this by signing their name. Impress on the parents and students how extremely important it is to establish good practice habits at this early stage. Use the Salvation Army Southern Territory Brass Achievement Program levels to reach progressive performance objectives. Keep close track of the progress that your instrumentalists make. Play examples of fine artists for your band. They'll find videos of world-class musicians to be interesting if the selected excerpt is not too lengthy. Review all 3 sections of this tape regularly until you know all the important points. Remember, the effort, enthusiasm, and discipline you put into your band will come back to your corps 100-fold. There is nothing like the unique experience and joy of your own corps band that you've put together with persistence and hard work. Happy banding!